I've always liked country music. I really have, and Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, the older ones. One of my favorites, I guess, is Don Williams. I really love his music. Uh, I also, I guess music has been part of my life as long as I can remember. I've never had the opportunity to become a singer per se, other than church choir, that type of thing. But yeah, I like the country music. I like bluegrass, but I particularly like the gospel music, the good old gospel songs. You know, the Church in the Valley and Precious Memories, those types of songs.
Yeah, we go back and you did share it, and I remember I said, sing it for me, and you sang the song for me, and I thought, you know, listen to it, I almost heard kind of that Johnny Cash kind of feel, and I'm just kind of feeling, all right, I got it, you need to sing this song.
Yeah, that shook me up, quite honestly. You know, I thought, me? I'm going to sing it? I'm not a musician, singer, whatever. We've been talking about this, like we said, for almost 4 years, and I never thought it would get to this point. I really didn't, but it's awesome. It really is. I said to my wife, it's when you put those headphones on and you can hear that music in the background and your voice, the first 2 or 3 times that we did it, it's where's this voice coming from? This isn't me.
Yeah.
You know?
The start of this song comes from a hard place, and I was wondering if you might talk about it.
A very hard place, Mike. My wife and I were married in 1964, and after a couple of years, the doctor determined that we were not able to have our own children, so we decided to adopt. Adopted 4 children. 1989, September 21st, I got a call at work that our daughter Melanie, who was just starting her junior year at Lakeside, had been in a car accident at the beginning of the school day. So I rushed home, and Lord called her home. And Melanie was a very unusual person in that she tried to keep so many things to herself. And one of the things was the fact that at that point in time she was pregnant. She wore very loose clothes. We didn't see it. And so we lost Melanie and her son. One of our sons, the one who was closest to Melanie, was a freshman at that time, Jeremy. And I asked Jeremy, first or second day after this happened, I said, Jeremy, you don't seem very sad that Melanie's gone. And he said to me, Dad, he said, I know I'll see her again. And Mike, he is with her now in heaven. Because that was 1989, and in 2011, after fighting addictions for many, many, many years, we don't know how or why it all started. We think perhaps his natural parents may have had some issues. We don't know that. The Lord finally said, Jeremy, you've suffered enough. It's time to come home. And called him home to be with the Lord and with Melanie.
Was it therapeutic? Was it helpful for you as you were processing the grief of some of these things?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think it was. And I don't even like to say that I wrote the song because it came to me so fast, and I'm not creative in any way. I can't write stories or write poetry or music or anything, but it came so fast that I think the Lord gave it to me, and it was comforting to think, oh yeah, this is what it's all about. You know, part of the thing, and the reason I think that the Lord gave me this song was because we, both my wife and I, were struggling so much with having lost 2 children out of 5, and that's not supposed to happen to Christians. You know, we are good people. We go to church, blah blah blah, and now we had already lost 2 children. That first verse, how do I just can't imagine in my mind how do people cope with something like this when suddenly a child dies, your flesh and blood, or your child that you've lived with for so many years is suddenly gone, and you have no faith. So they are gone. You're never going to see them again. They're in the ground. You know, it's over.
And we have so much more.
Yes, we do. People say, well, you know, if you're good, or if you do this or you do that, and I think to myself, how much? How much do you have to do to make it? When are you going to reach that plateau? Do you think you've done enough today?
Right.
How about next week or the year after? And what if you fall short?
Right.
Now what do you have? Nothing.
Right.
Nothing at all. So I'll just believe. That's all you have to do.
I'm kind of curious, how many times have you been in the studio doing something like this before?
Never, ever. Always thought it would be neat to do, but never had a chance. Never had an opportunity, and the Lord gave me this song, I firmly believe, and you felt it was something that was worth telling.
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate everything you've done, Mike, and the opportunity to do this. This is a really neat experience for me, and hopefully it will be for a few other people too.
You had asked
Actually, it goes back farther than that, Mike.
Between us?
Yeah, because the first time was at La Crosse.
That's right.
There was
I remember now.
I don't remember what type of a convention. It was a Wells convention.
It was the
but
Kingdom Workers.
Kingdom Workers.
The Kingdom
Okay,
Workers
okay,
convention.
in La Crosse at Luther High.
Right.
And that was the first time I heard you sing, and I thought, you know, Mike might be the guy to take a look at this song.
Yeah.
And I asked you in the cafeteria area.
Yes.
When you looked like you had a few minutes, and I sat down and you said, sing it for me. So we did, and
Yeah.
that was the start of it.